A brother and sister driving home through isolated countryside for spring break encounter a flesh eating creature, which is in the midst of its ritualistic eating spree. This week we watched Jeepers Creepers.
Hello?
Someone's got to break the ice, and it might as well be me. I mean, I am used to being a hostess as part of my husband's work, and it's always difficult when a group of new friends meet together for the first time to get acquainted. So I'm perfectly prepared to start the ball rolling.
Oh my god.
I mean, I have absolutely no idea what we're doing here, or what I'm doing here, or what this place is about. But I'm determined to enjoy myself, and I'm very intrigued. And oh my, this soup is delicious, isn't it? Oh my god. We're back.
And we're back. Holy shit.
That was a monologue from the wonderful actress Eileen Brennan in the movie Clue. And the only connection that has to do with today's movie is she's in it.
Yes. Amongst other actors, which we will name in this, there is a special appearance in this movie by Eileen Brennan, who
And Clue?
Clue
top three.
is a masterpiece of a
Top
movie.
three of my favorite
Yes.
movies. Such a good fucking movie.
You would never think
Watch it
that a
if you
movie
haven't.
based off a board game would be a masterpiece, and yet
I mean, Tim Curry,
Tim Curry,
Eileen Brennan,
Madeline Kahn,
Madeline Kahn,
Christopher Lloyd from Back to the
Christopher
Future,
Lloyd,
Dave McKean,
Dave McKean, he's so wonderful.
Martin Mull,
Martin Mull.
like
Night Court.
Night Court. But yes, Eileen Brennan or Mrs. Peacock in Clue movie does make a small appearance in this, and she's fantastic as ever. So yes, this week we did watch Jeepers Creepers. It was done in 2001. It was directed by Victor Salva. Now, we would like to mention really quick something about these movies. The director, back in the 80s,
Yeah, 1988.
1988, was convicted and sent to prison for pedophilia.
Yes, with the star of his debut movie who was 12 years old.
He was 12 years old.
Yes.
We would just like to come out and say that while we did objectively like and watch this movie, we do not condone that type of behavior whatsoever.
No, he also was convicted again for having child pornography in 2006,
2006.
after this movie was made.
After this movie, I know he was writing the third one in prison.
Amazing that we allow that. But
Yeah,
anyway.
and he did not get a wide release on that movie. That movie got straight to DVD or streaming.
Okay,
It
well.
was not a wide release. But yes, we would just like to come out and say we do not condone anything he has done in his personal life. So this
No.
is supposed to be just objective about the movie itself.
It's always like, wow, what a controversial stance to have.
I know. You hate that?
We're against that. We're against child pornography. Wow. Okay.
Yes. So, disclaimer on that. Also, just a warning in case you ever look this movie up and you ever look up the director. Trigger warning on
Yeah.
whatever you find about him.
Yeah. He
He
like
low
John
key
Wayne
also looks like
Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy. Yeah.
Jesus.
So the movie's starring Justin Long, who is
So sexy.
and
He's
a-
always been sexy. He's still fucking sexy. God damn.
and he is we do consider him to be a scream queen.
He is.
I think the most recent movie he has been in was Barbarian.
And he was in the new Goosebumps show too.
Oh, the new Goosebumps show.
Yeah.
Tusk. He's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Comedies and horror.
Yeah.
Gina Phillips. I'm not entirely sure what else she's been in, but she plays a sister in this.
Is she related to Gina Davis? I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
We have Jonathan Breck. Now, Jonathan Breck actually plays the creeper, so you don't really see his face in this because he is under a bunch of prosthetics and makeup, but he does do a great job. And we have Patricia Belcher, who's been in so many things, comedy
Yeah, I love
shows, guest star roles. I think she's on the new Matlock, like you
Yeah.
said. But yeah, those are the main people. So yeah, let's get into it.
All right. So, Trish Jenner and her brother Derry are traveling home from what is with these weird names? And her brother Derry but it's Darry.
Oh, it's because his name is Darius.
Dari. Oh, Darius. Okay.
Says it on his pink underwear.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to the pink underwear. Jenner and her brother Derry are traveling home from college for spring break. As they drive through the Florida, now we know. Ugh, that's why.
Florida?
That's why. As they drive through the Florida countryside.
I mean, really, it is just a Florida man story.
It really is. An old truck violently tailgates them, but eventually passes. Which was a very good shot of that truck kind of just coming up on them.
Oh, yes.
That's really good.
Yeah, while they're driving, it's a shot from the front of the car through the windshield. And we do see an old couple they pass in a mobile home, and they turn off the road, and then you see the creepy truck behind them in the distance. But the shot is cool because it stays where it is. It doesn't cut or anything, and you just see the truck slowly getting closer and closer and closer until it's right behind them.
I wonder if that truck was following the old people because they looked haunted when they passed them.
They looked creepy.
So I wonder if it was chasing them first and then they pulled off the road.
See, and
they saw it again.
But that's my thing is I feel like the way the old people pull off the road, I feel like they know something.
Yeah.
It's what it seems like because
the movie makes you think that.
Yeah, well, it seems like they don't pull off onto a road. It seems like they just pull off into the grass.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they have to know something that's going on.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. During their drive, they discuss an urban legend of the road they are currently traveling, of a prom couple who disappeared 23 years ago.
And speaking of an urban legend thing, I believe the storyline of this movie was based off an unsolved mystery.
I guess.
That's what I heard.
That's what we heard, before we watched
it.
I don't know. I don't know if it was.
I think it was loosely based off an unsolved mystery. But yeah, they're talking about urban legend with the 2 kids, prom, right?
Yeah.
Never showing up, or they only found her head.
They found the car and her head, or something like
and that was
it.
Yeah. And then they never found the
That's
rest.
what it was, the head.
The head.
Because her head's sewn back on later.
Yeah, and how's your head?
How's your head? Oh, their vehicle was recovered without the head of the prom girl, Darla. They later stumble on the same truck parked next to an abandoned church, with the driver dumping what appears to be bodies wrapped in blood-stained sheets into a large pipe sticking out of the ground. The driver notices them, giving chase and forcing them off the road.
See, what I love about the way they show you seeing it is you're with them the entire time. There's never a cut over we get closer to the truck and we see them throw the butt. It's it's always from their perspective. And most of the movies like that, where it's it's not from, it doesn't go with the monster at all. It's usually with somebody else's perspective. And it's cool that they do that to at least keep some mystery to it, where it's we can only see what they see, and what they're seeing might be fucked up.
That is a good. I've seen that particular scene when they drive by the guy before, and I always think that's a good scene. I really like that.
It is a good scene.
It's really good.
The way they do that whole beginning part where the truck coming up, almost running them off the road, and then them seeing the house, the church, and then the car. It's just such a cool way to shoot that whole sequence. And that is one thing I wrote down is the cinematography in this movie is really well done. Yeah. It's very well done. Also, they're really good at foreshadowing. It's some of it's a little obvious foreshadowing, especially when you're talking about the prom couple that went missing and whatever. And then and then you have his license plate that he thinks says "beating you."
I'm beating you.
Which you come to find out later it's "be eating you."
Yeah.
But little campy, stupid things like that are fun.
So it's like a demon with a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Creature with a sense of humor that comes to light every 23 years. Which we'll get into that.
With the driver gone, Derry convinces Trish to return to the church. Now,
no.
Stupid.
No.
I mean, come on.
Listen. Okay, Justin Long is cute, but he's not that cute. We're not going back to that church. You can flash those eyes at me all you want, but we're not going back to that fucking church.
No.
I don't care if there is a person in there. You go to the police, and we'll just find somebody to go out there.
That is a hard no.
That's a hard no.
I don't...
We just got run off the road twice by the same guy and saw him dumping something in a pipe that had blood all over it. We're not doing that. That's not happening.
I mean, the movie would be slightly different if they didn't, but...
Yeah.
Nonetheless... Upon investigation, Derry hears strange noises emanating from the pipe and crawls inside, with Trish holding on to his feet. Trish accidentally drops Derry, who falls to the bottom and into the church basement. And that's a cool scene. I like that.
Yeah, the shot of him falling backwards in slow motion and then hitting the ground is so cool looking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she panics because of rats.
Yeah.
And like, I can't really blame her for dropping him, only because he wouldn't stop moving his fucking feet. Because he was also panicking because of the rats.
And also, I mean, he's just dumb, honestly. Yeah.
That's not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's a special kind of stupid to turn around to go check out this. Oh, he might be killing people and throwing them down a well. Let's go.
Well,
check it
I'm
out.
sorry, but
Then
even
let's
if
crawl inside.
even if you go back, even if you're going back and you get to the church is covered in crows and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, crows on a cross, church full of crows. I'm out. And it's like, I love crows.
I mean, that sounds like my kind of religion.
Yeah.
But
Listen, I love crows.
the
but
Church of Crows.
knowing that they, mean death in most cultures, I think I'm out.
In most. In most.
Definitely in Catholicism.
That's true. That's true. He finds a dying young man with stitches running down his stomach and numerous corpses sewn to the walls and ceiling, including those of the missing prom couple, with Darla's head sewn back on.
Yeah, he got the head back and sewed it back onto her body.
They never explain why he does this.
I think I just had the realization that he might do it because the guy later on, when they're talking to the cops, he says those people were missing so long ago.
Yeah.
And he's like, when I touched him, though, he was hard, like he was petrified.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he sews them back together to keep them all in one piece so that he can continuously eat from their body to get whatever he needs back.
Oh, that's true.
Because whatever he eats, he regenerates.
Yeah.
So I think the reason he sews them back together and then sticks them to his walls and stuff is so he has them preserved so that he can just keep feeding on people.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
And because she says every 23 summers, so every 23 years.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming he goes into hibernation at some point.
Yeah.
And probably needs that stuff.
Well, maybe he's just awake for the summer. Because she says every 23 summers. So maybe
every
that's
23 summers, yeah.
Maybe that's what she meant by that. Is
Yeah.
After summer, he goes back. Okay.
And I would like to point out that, because I put it on here, it's a creature that lives off of fear and eats people based on how they smell, based on their fear, and he comes out every 23. I mean, this is basically Stephen King's It, just in a different storyline.
It is.
Obviously, it's not a shape-shifting clown.
No.
Or alien from another world. It's some weird creature. But you can tell that they probably got some inspiration from Stephen King's story for that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, for sure.
Which I had never fully seen this movie all the way through. I'd only seen clips of it, so I didn't know. I had forgotten that was part of it, where it's like he only comes out every certain amount of time. So yeah, it's definitely King inspired.
I would also like to mention that we did not know about the director's past movie until we watched it already.
No, I had kind of heard something about him going to jail, but I had no idea I forgot what it was for.
Yeah.
But yeah, we added that.
We already decided on it.
Yeah. We already decided on it. I mean, Jeepers Creepers is a classic movie. Like, people know Jeepers Creepers.
That is true.
People still celebrate this movie. I'm sure the guy who played the creature and everything is still celebrated at, like, stuff like that. And because I think you can celebrate the movie without celebrating the director.
That is true, because a lot of people
Still love Harry Potter.
but a lot of people worked on it as well.
Yeah, it's not just him.
It's not just him. He was just the director. He wasn't the writer. He wasn't, et cetera, et cetera.
No,
so,
I mean, yeah, you can celebrate the writer and the actors and the
That's
other
true.
people on the set. But yeah, we put that disclaimer in the front just because we would like people to know that we don't condone any of that whatsoever, which is not a hot take.
Obviously.
But yeah, it's also just a trigger warning for people looking him up, just because I know, people have gone through things and all that.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think you can detach the movie from the director. Again, I brought up Harry Potter. We try to detach Harry Potter from J.K. Rowling all the time because she's a terrible person. But
that one's a little harder to.
It's a little harder to do,
honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like if you were to just go off of the director of photography for the cinematography and the writing
True.
and everything,
Yeah.
great movie.
And Justin Long
And Justin Long and
Eileen
the
Brennan.
other actors. Yeah.
Gay Fever.
What he thought the old
license
people's
plate.
license plate for the mobile home said was Gay Fever.
Gay Forever or Gay Fever.
But it said Sexy Forever.
Sexy Forever.
He thought it was Gay Fever.
Gay Fever. And I love that it was Justin Long, like, thinking that, you know.
I just
He's
love
like,
that it's also...
It says Gay Fever.
I just love that because they're out in the sticks in the countryside that it's also just a pun for hay fever.
Yeah. Okay, Derry locates an exit, and he and Trish flee the scene to seek help at a nearby diner. I was expecting the people in the diner to be in on all of this. I was expecting the townsfolk to be in on this because that's kind of how these go, you know. But
it's usually like
that was not the case.
They're either in on it or they know about it and they just stay shut up about it. They stay shush. They don't ever talk about it.
But that doesn't seem to be insinuated at all. So,
no.
Yeah.
Because usually it'd be like, oh, new people in town and they're going off about this thing, and normally you'd get somebody come up and be like, we don't talk about it.
Yeah. Or like, that doesn't happen here.
That doesn't happen here. Yeah. Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
There is no war in Bossing.
Yeah, I thought they would be like, you know, oh yeah, we're calling the cops on you if you don't calm down and get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. So
some type of
but that's
normal,
not what happened. It was
some type of normal small town shit.
Yeah, but they were actually normal people.
Yeah.
So that was not what I was expecting.
Who, when their car gets broken into at the diner, they're like, it happened. Something happened. We saw the man.
Yes. Well, we'll get to that. Hold on. However,
yeah.
They receive a cryptic warning call from a mysterious woman on the diner payphone.
Yeah.
And they pick it up. Everyone, that's why, like, people, that's why maybe they did know, because everyone in the diner was waiting for him to pick the phone up.
Oh, yeah. I just love the one guy who's looking at him. He's like, are you going to get that?
Are you going to get that? From a mysterious woman who predicts their imminent danger, mentioning a future encounter with a cat lady and playing the song Jeepers Creepers, suggesting that one of them will meet a terrifying fate while hearing it.
In a dark room, played on a old gramophone or Victrola or whatever it was.
Yeah. Derry, angry and terrified of the woman's warnings, calls the police, who do not believe him.
Yeah.
While talking to the police, however, the truck driver broke into their car, and the waitress who witnessed the break-in testified he sniffed their laundry and looked like he really liked it.
Yeah. He loved it.
I mean...
And then, of course, his cute pink underwear just on the ground and has his name in it, and he's like, great, now he knows my name.
Well, yeah, he was joking about living in a dorm, and I can't do laundry in my dorm because...
It either gets stolen or somebody throws something red in and makes everything pink.
Yeah.
And then...
And he had pink underwear.
When they have to tie their trunk shut after getting hit by the guy a bunch of times, it's his pink underwear. So it's the running joke that counts.
I mean, I really like sniffing his underwear myself.
Oh my god.
Hey, I don't hold back here. This is a safe space.
This is a safe
and I do not
space.
hold back here.
Safe space for the LGBTs and the
Qs. Exactly. And the freaks. And the weirdos.
And the lovers of Justin Law.
Yeah. Hey.
He is really cute, though.
He's still really hot. The police escort...
Oh, yeah, he, like, barely has aged.
I know. It's amazing.
He looks great. Like,
he looks amazing.
Like, when... you still need to watch Barbarian.
Yeah.
But he looks great in Barbarian. Like, he... Still very cute, handsome guy.
I think he's like 10 years older than me or so, and he looks...
He looks like he's in his 30s still.
Yeah. Amazing. I'm like, what does he do? Does he eat babies? Is he one of those?
Or maybe he actually is this creature that comes out every 20 years. We solved it. It's the twist of the movie. I'm just gonna...
I just noticed a note I wrote down about, like, the people, like, just attached to the walls in the basement. I said, gorgeous wallpaper.
Well, I love the way he described it when he was like, some sort of fucked up Sistine Chapel.
Yeah. The police... Wow, this is written grammatically incorrect. I'll say it correctly. The police escort them back to the church. Someone wrote this Wikipedia very.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to learn English.
It is Wikipedia.
But this doesn't sound right. Does this sound right to you? The police escorts them back to the church and learns it has been set on fire. That doesn't sound right.
No, because when you say escorts, whenever you say police, police is already plural.
Yeah, the police escort them back to the church.
The police escort them back to the church.
Not learns.
But, yeah.
Anyway, it has been set on fire, destroying any potential evidence, and is brutally attacked and killed by the truck driver. Leaving Trish and Derry in shock as they witness the carnage. So, the cop cars...
Well, the cop car gets attacked.
Tailing them back.
Yeah, the cop car is behind them, and they keep getting calls on the radio asking, like, are the people that you're with pyromaniacs? Because the church is actually on fire.
Yeah.
And then Darius, being warned about the song Jeepers Creepers, is now hearing a remix of...
Yes.
Or a redoing of not the original, but maybe the Susie and the Banshees
Susie
version.
and the Banshees version, but it's like someone else singing the Susie and the Banshees version of Peekaboo, which has that song in it.
Yeah. And it's too loud for them to hear the commotion going on behind them as they're getting the policemen are getting attacked.
Yeah.
By the truck driver.
Yeah. Who kind of like, he grabs her, throws her out of the car, and then.
He pulls him through a hole in the roof and then has an axe and slices his head off.
Cuts his head off,
Yeah.
And
again,
then,
how's your head?
Yeah. And they also watch him as he eats the guy's tongue out of his decapitated
head. Yeah, that's
fine. Which is fine.
It looks like he starts making out with the guy's decapitated head, but really
that's what I thought it was at first.
Yeah. Really, he's ripping out his tongue with his mouth.
Yeah. Seeking refuge, they stop at the home of an elderly woman with numerous cats in an attempt to call the police. So the cat lady, they met the cat lady, which
Eileen
was
Brennan, Mrs. Peacock,
who's just honestly brilliant in this. I just love her so much. She just has like. It's just
so funny out of all of the people they could get that they somehow got Eileen Brennan to just be this old woman in the middle of nowhere.
I think. Like I said, I think it's the fate of, like certain character actresses when they get really old to do something like this.
Yeah,
yeah,
that makes sense.
I mean, Betty White was in the one with the alligator. What is that called?
Oh God,
can't remember what that movie's called. I've seen it.
Lake
before.
Placid.
Lake Placid.
Was it Lake Placid?
Yeah,
that's funny.
Where she's like feeding the alligator.
Does she get eaten?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait. I don't remember if she does or not. I don't think she does. I feel like because she takes care of the alligator, she feeds it.
It's just funny to be like, "Hey Betty, do you want to do this horror movie with the big alligator?"
Yeah.
Just really, sure.
Sure.
Why not? I'm Betty White. R.I.P.
Oh. Is Eileen Brennan dead too?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure she is.
Let me see.
But in this movie, she kind of reminds me a little bit of a different actress who's really old, but I can't think of. I mean, she's gone too. She's no longer with us as well.
Oh, yeah. Eileen Brennan died in 2013.
Oh, okay.
At 80.
Well.
Yeah.
Huh. But anyway, they go to her house. She doesn't have a phone. So,
because why would you?
Yeah, why would you?
Out in the sticks in the countryside, you got enough cats.
Yeah. She's like, they don't like strangers, so.
I don't have a phone. I just attach a note to it and send one of them out.
But she has a very creepy scarecrow on the side of her house, like you do, and it suddenly is the guy.
Yeah, the guy in silhouette in shadow, so you can't really tell. She's like, "That's not my scarecrow."
Yeah. And she grabs her gun.
I remember they referenced that again in the second one because I think the bus ends up stopped outside of a cornfield. I just remember the second one actually has Ray Weiss in it, who's the dad in Twin Peaks.
Oh, okay.
But I think I remember one of his kids or something gets taken because it takes the place of the scarecrow in the cornfield and tricks the kid.
I always see scarecrows in conjunction with this movie. So
he always takes like the scarecrow and then acts like he's the scarecrow, and then he takes one of the kids. It's one of Ray Weiss's kids, I think. But yeah, he does it in the first one. It's kind of just a cool shot where it's like Scarecrow there, then you turn back and obviously it's like something standing
totally.
there, and it's
Yeah.
like kind of creepy in the
Oh,
dark. But yeah, then she comes out, Eileen Brennan with a Mrs. Peacock with a double barrel shotgun and her 20 cats.
Yeah. But he goes into her house and she runs in after him to shoot him, and then he kills her. So
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
The driver hiding in the yard kills her and reveals its monstrous appearance to Trish and Derry.
And this is the first time we kind of fully see his face.
Yes, and is when I am completely relieved by the movie. Because at first I thought it was like a person, and I thought it was like, what are you looking at?
Just making sure the audio is good.
Okay.
I'm leaving that in.
I know, right? I thought it was a person, and I thought it was like that kind of horror movie, so it was kind of disturbing me a bit more.
Like a real person.
And then as soon as I see it's like a monster or a demon or
Yeah.
something like that, I'm having fun with the movie suddenly. I don't care. It's weird. It's like this weird relief, and it becomes like a comfort almost. Like I'm like, oh, this is fun.
It's a monster.
This is comforting
it's
and
a
fun
man
now.
in
It's a monster.
prosthetics.
Yeah, like it completely changes my view of a movie, because
And when-
I thought this movie before I started watching it.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be more of like a human monster who like just murders and like tortures people, and I hate that shit. I hate movies like that. Don't want to watch them. Don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Well, because even when you're watching movies like A Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th, it's always some weird supernatural shit.
Exactly, and I love that.
Yeah. It's never like Freddy is more of a real person burned, but he attacks you in your dreams, so it's weirdly supernatural.
Yeah.
Jason can't die, and he doesn't talk. It just doesn't seem like it's an actual person underneath that mask.
Exactly.
Things like that.
Well, that, and they're all pretty. Those are pretty campy too. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like-
those are campy as hell. But yeah, whenever you finally see his face, definitely what I will say about him is, like, as campy as it looks, it's really cool to see them. Other than whenever you finally see that he has wings,
Yeah.
it's all prosthetics. It's all makeup and prosthetics, and it's a person in prosthetics. So it just brings it more into the real world, while making it kind of campy.
Yeah.
And you can tell that's what they were going for. I mean, they're doing like stupid things like him jumping over their car while they're trying to run him over and things like that. It's like, obviously this is not supposed to be overly serious.
Yeah.
It's creepy, but it's not like overly serious.
Yeah. It could have been.
It could have been. They could have tried to make it way too serious.
Yeah, it could have gone a very different direction. Like if it had been like an actual person.
Yeah.
It would have went a completely different direction.
Different direction.
It would have been kind of...
Especially if running them over
terrifying.
5 times didn't kill them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the prosthetics are very well done, and you can tell that the guy who plays him, Jonathan Breck, he does a very good job.
He does.
Adding in the mannerisms and the creepy smile and stuff. And I think I was saying, based off the makeup, that like, if this movie was made in the 70s or 80s, that Tim Curry could have totally been this character.
Absolutely.
Especially after a movie like Legend, where he's like that huge horned devil and whatever.
He would have made it kind of sexy, though, because that's
That is
what he
true.
always does. With the horned guy in Legend, he made that very sexual.
See, then now my question
Maybe that's
is,
just me.
My question now is, are you sexually attracted to Pennywise the Clown?
See that now. He did not make that sexual. He really did not. That's true.
Yeah.
He did manage to not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to make that clown sexy.
Yeah. But the demon...
Even Bill Skarsgård didn't make that clown
No,
sexy.
not at all. And he's sexy, too. But the demon in Legend. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
I
What is light without darkness?
I would let him.
I used to have a shirt.
I would let that happen. I would.
I used to have a shirt from that movie my mom got me that had him on it that said, "What is light without dark?" And it was in Japanese. And it was like super
That's
cool.
cool.
And it stopped fitting me like a week after I got it, but it was a cool shirt. I want to get another one. I need to see that movie again. That movie's so good.
I have been wanting to watch it.
And not just because
while.
I have the same name.
I've been wanting to watch it for a while. We're gonna watch it again because that's one of my
It's been
favorite
literal years.
movies.
Yeah.
And I don't like Tom Cruise, but he's in it. But like he's great
See,
in it.
and that's the
honestly.
thing
I don't
with
know.
Tom Cruise for me, because I'm not a huge Tom Cruise person either.
No.
It's that movie and the first Mission Impossible movie. Those are the
okay.
2 movies I like him in,
Okay.
and that's it. Like, the Mission Impossible movies are okay, but I really just like him in the first one, because the first one still had the espionage and the spy thriller thing going on, and not over-the-top action.
Okay, yeah, I haven't
We
seen
should
it.
watch it.
Okay.
Um,
We have two movies to watch, not for this,
Not
because
for
they're
this.
not horror. But...
They're not horror, so you guys don't get to hear our opinion on it.
Nope.
I'm just kidding.
Nope.
We'll probably end up talking about it while we're
sure
recording
we will.
something.
I'm sure we will. The driver hiding in her yard kills her and reveals its monstrous appearance to Trish and Derry. Trish repeatedly runs the driver over with her car, but she and Derry are left horrified as giant wings tear through the trench coat.
Because every time you rear end a twink, a demon gets its wings.
Yep.
Yes, that was an It's a Wonderful Life reference.
That's why that's when I really was like chill with the movie, when it had like wings and stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is...
So the second you see the wings pop out,
That's
and then you
great.
see her run it over 20 times, you're
Yeah.
like, okay, this is ridiculous.
This is a fun movie now. Okay.
That's gonna be fun.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that doesn't really happen until closer to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like, that they don't like fully reveal who he is until pretty much closer to the end of the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
And you don't get to fully see him until the police station at the end.
Yeah.
You just kind of get to see his face.
Yeah.
Before that, you don't really get to see his whole body because he's still kind of wearing clothes.
He's basically a demon.
Yeah.
He's got wings. It's
Wherever this creature's from.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell.
Who's obviously intelligent, since he knew that they were going to send people to the church and burned it down.
And he has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
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 But he wouldn't eat the black woman, and that's racist. I'm just kidding.
I know. He like sniffed her and he was like, no.
No.
They eventually reach a police station where they meet Giselle Gay Hartman. I didn't know her full name.
Oh.
At first I thought they said Glazelle. And I was thinking of Glazelle.
Not
Like
the
what?
Glazelle.
Giselle Gay Hartman. Okay.
GGH.
Well, actually, it's JG.
Oh, JGH.
Because Giselle in this is with
J.
a J.
Oh, see, I thought it was a G.
Normally it is,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Wow.
The psychic who called them at the diner. She reveals the true nature of their pursuer, an ancient creature called the Creeper, which emerges every 23rd spring for 23 days
Yeah.
to feed on human body parts, incorporating them into its own body.
Again, very Pennywise with the every 27 years I
Yeah.
come out to feed, and then I go into hibernation and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying
No.
it obviously took inspiration.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and Patricia Belcher is great.
She is. I really like her.
I just love the way she is, her character is, whenever it's like, she's like, you don't have to believe I'm psychic. I give a shit. This is what
Yeah.
I'm seeing in my
Yeah.
dreams. My
Yeah.
dreams are never wrong. I don't give a shit if you believe me. I'm just here to tell you this.
Yeah.
Because I want to try to help you and protect you. It is your fucking decision.
And at the end, she just says, "I'm just a foolish old or crazy old woman," or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. Giselle warns them that the creeper hunts its victims through fear, and by smelling the fear from Trish and Derry, it has found something it likes.
And once it gets the scent of something it likes, it will not leave it alone until it actually gets it.
Yeah.
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 Sniff that underwear.
I mean, I understand
Found
where
something
he's
it liked.
coming from.
Found something it liked.
The wounded. The wounded creeper arrives at the police station, causing chaos as it consumes prisoners to heal itself.
Yes, because whatever body part it eats, it regenerates.
Yeah, no, because when she ran it over, she basically ran over the leg and the
It took out the leg,
hand or
hand,
arm.
and then he also eats one of the policeman's hearts, so I think
Yeah.
maybe that had kind of stopped or was struggling.
Well, yeah, he has to continue eating hearts, evidently.
Oh, yeah.
But he lost his hand and his leg, so he had
Yeah.
to eat a leg and a hand, and he
Yeah.
grew it back. But
Yeah. You know, sometimes things just cost an arm and a leg.
oh God. Despite efforts to capture it by police, the creeper escapes, trapping Trish and Derry. Giselle predicts that one of them is doomed to die horribly.
But she doesn't know which.
Yeah, Derry demands to know who is it?
Well, and you think You think you get the answer just because whenever he asks, she looks at
She
Trish.
looks over at Trish, yeah.
But that's not what happens.
That's not the case. The creeper finds them, but spares Giselle before cornering Trish and Derry in an upstairs interrogation room, which was a pretty good shot of looking through the two-way mirror. You know, that was kind of cool.
Is it's a two-way mirror, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a one-way mirror would be...
Just a mirror.
Just a mirror.
Okay, yeah.
And a three-way mirror.
Is where you're having a three-way.
You
You're
don't
looking
wanna
into
know.
a mirror. Yeah, I always, for some reason, get those confused with each other, one-way and two-way mirrors. But two-way makes much more sense than a one-way mirror. But yeah, that's a cool shot because of her... It's just the way they did it because of the glass. So, and because of how dark it is, it really looks like he's right up against her as she's looking into it.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to smell her through the glass.
Yeah.
And then they start kind of like shuffling and fighting each other, but you can't hear it because he's on the other side of the glass.
Yeah.
It's a very well done shot of that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool idea.
And then he bursts through the mirror, grabs both of them, starts smelling them, and the creeper throws Trish aside and chooses Derry.
Yeah.
Trish offers herself
Which,
in
if you're trying to lose
exchange-
weight, you should never choose dairy.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Or if you're lactose.
Or if you're lactose intolerant.
Don't choose dairy.
Don't choose dairy. I'm sorry, that's so bad.
That was really bad.
Oh, it was
but that's
terrible.
okay. That's okay.
But it was great.
Trish offers herself in exchange for her brother's life.
She's like, I'm stronger. If anything, if I was Justin Long's character, I'd be like, bitch.
Oh, I know, right?
Are you just like insulting me while this
Wow.
guy's grabbing onto me?
I know, right?
She's like, I'm obviously stronger. You want me? And I'll be like, all right. He's like, I've been going to the gym, but whatever.
It says the creeper gives it some thought, but ultimately flies away with him. I should mention there's some like very good close-ups of his eyes at this point, and you can clearly see the contacts he's wearing, which is hilarious.
Well, and like the Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those peepers? The eye thing. She keeps talking about the eyes and the song and whatever, and the close-up on the eyes, I think, is to show that like his eyes are going out.
Well, yeah, they're all cloudy.
They're cloudy, and they're like,
yeah.
You're cloudy and cataracts and whatever.
Yeah.
They're failing him.
I mean, the close-ups would be good if you didn't see the contacts.
The contacts,
Eyes are
exactly,
clear. Very clear.
They were not banking on HD.
I guess not. I feel like that would have shown up on non-HD, honestly.
Right?
That was you could really see
on a
his
big
contacts.
theater screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the creeper takes off with him, and the next day Trish is picked up by her parents, while Giselle returns home regretfully. And then we go to an abandoned factory because the creature
Had burned that church down.
relocated.
Hey, relocate.
He relocated. Did he bring all of his bodies with him and everything? Like...
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he's kind of starting over.
Okay.
At his summer home.
His summer home. It is in an abandoned factory. It is revealed the creeper has removed the back of Derry's head and taken his eyes.
And he's dead.
See through it. Yeah. Ooh.
And then the last shot is of the creature looking through his eyes with his eyes.
Although I will say, while the song Jeepers Creepers plays,
is playing on the old Victrola.
Yeah. What I will say is the fake body that they used for him.
Yeah.
He was much more defined. Like the muscles, he was all like muscly abs.
I feel like that's
bit.
what happens whenever you like make a fake prosthetic body of somebody.
They really overly defined it, but
I would say for me the only thing that bugs me about his body is like why the tattoo right next to the belly button?
that was weird.
Of a rose.
Of a rose.
I don't
I don't know.
It's just interesting, but
very gay. No, that is a gay tattoo. That is like a little twink tattoo. Which, at the end,
gay
like,
fever.
Gay fever. And at the end, when it's like his prosthetic body.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it just looks like a porn twink. Like, I'm sorry.
That's so funny. Just one of them porn twinks.
Yep.
In Florida.
One of them porn twinks in Florida.
In Florida.
And that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Oh. Which I feel is crazy because, like, it just one of those things where it's like you feel like you've got a chance to get away, and then you end up dying anyway. And like you could say the sister is the final girl in it, but it's not really a final girl situation.
It isn't.
It's not really because she didn't like escape him.
No,
because he wasn't really after her.
Yeah.
If Justin Long would have escaped, he would have been the final girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do count him as a scream queen. He is a part of that.
For sure.
Especially after the horror movies and crazy movies he's been in.
Yeah. Well, this is his first leading role. I'm just looking at it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know
this
that.
is his first big movie.
He's 22.
Damn.
Huh. Crazy.
If only I could have looked that way at 22.
If
I could look that way.
If I
when
could look the way he looks
55.
now. Yeah, I mean, Jesus. Anyway, as I eat more pizza, the original. Well, I think now it's time to turn to our trivia corner.
Oh, trivia corner.
While you pull it up on your phone, I have the first one. The original truck. We should have like some music too, like trivia corner.
It's trivia corner,
or just like a trivia corner, and like
yeah.
Let's put that in. The original truck.
Editor, me. Put that in.
Editor, can you put that in right here? Right here.
Right here.
Trivia corner.
Yeah.
Thanks. The original truck from the film is owned by a private collector in Maryland who kept it as a relic and provided it for production. He also rents it for events and conventions.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you not?
Yeah, really, why not?
Make freaking money off of that.
I think that's interesting. That is, I thought that was a truck that was made for the movie. I didn't know it was an actual...
Somebody's truck.
I mean, they probably aged it more. Like, they rusted it out.
They probably made it look a little
more,
creepier, but they...
But that's funny that was someone's actual truck.
Oh, yeah, and apparently the original title of the movie was Here Comes the Boogeyman.
Which is the other song that they play at the very end.
The song that plays in the credits. And, you know, playing the Creeper was apparently Jonathan Breck, the guy who plays it, was his favorite role. Oh. He loves playing the Creeper. Which, like, why wouldn't you? You get a bunch of prosthetic makeup like Doug Jones and stuff like that, and you get to do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah,
like,
it's almost like freeing because you're like you're embodying this other thing, and
people can't really see you.
Yeah,
so you can kind of create a character from scratch.
Yeah, because it's like besides the director telling you what you are, it's
like what he or she might want from you, at least a little bit. But I think even in this case, like it's like I'm going to give you like a basic of what I want. But then I'm gonna let you just run with it.
Yeah,
which is what I would do because that's
totally.
You want it to, even though it is a crazy creature in prosthetics and it looks even campy, you want it to feel original or just that it had the freedom to do what it was gonna do.
Yeah, and that's kind of pressure too because I mean, unless you're just having fun with it and don't give a shit, it's kind of like. Those movie monsters are either iconic or completely forgettable.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So it's like a hit or miss whether you make a character that's super memorable.
Yeah,
you know?
It's the difference between Freddy Krueger and the fucking Pilgrim from that Thanksgiving movie. One of them's obviously memorable, and the other one will probably be forgotten in a few years.
Hopefully, it was really bad.
It's not good.
No.
But yeah, and I think that's like a staple of a like famous creature, whatever is. While the director can give you some things, like without Robert Englund being Freddy Krueger and making it his own and doing certain things, that character would not have been memorable.
So I have a inside the Actors Studio question for you.
Oh.
What do you think makes a good
James Lipton?
What do you think makes a good, memorable monster in a movie?
A good memorable monster, other than the look itself, which can be very original, because this was a more original look for a creature, and I don't think anybody's really done that kind of look ever. Yeah. It's not just, it's like the actor who portrays him, what they bring to it, but also the personality.
Yeah.
And the personality is definitely true for slasher movies.
Yeah.
Like, Ghostface has a certain personality.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter who's underneath that mask. you know it's Ghostface, not just because of the voice, but because of the way the character acts.
Yeah.
And what's cool about that character is, like, you can actually push him over. Like, you can trip him and shit. It's just it's a guy in a costume.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger, it's like, it's like dreams and everything else, but the way he plays him and his one-liners and his personality, that's why he's memorable.
Big personality.
Yeah. But even with a character like Michael Myers, you know who that is, because his personality is stoic, no emotion.
Yeah.
And yet you still have that feeling of evil and possible anger underneath that mask.
Yeah.
Just by looking at them. And it's because of the way the person plays them.
Totally.
The reason, like I say, like the serial killer in Thanksgiving or the slasher in Thanksgiving is not that memorable is because it had no personality.
It had zero personality. It was like the actor even didn't have an idea of who it was, who the yeah.
And I think as an actor, you need at least a little bit of an idea who the character is.
Yeah.
To go off of it and then make it your own.
And why they're doing it.
Yeah, and why they're doing it.
Yeah.
At least a little bit of motivation.
Even if they're just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Like Freddy Krueger.
Because Freddy Krueger's doing it for revenge.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's doing it for revenge.
Michael Myers
I forgot about the Simpsons episode where Willie. Yeah. Okay, now I remember the plot.
Scary Terry. No.
Scary Terry.
Michael Myers is. They kind of explain that he's doing it just because he's fueled by evil.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, you can be given that, and that's very vague.
It is.
It's whatever the actor kind of chooses to do with that. Because even Jason doesn't talk.
No.
But he's kind of fueled by revenge.
Yeah.
Because of his mother. And just anger because of, drowning and being bullied and whatever.
Yeah.
And you kind of just get that through their actions on the storyline. But Hodder Kane still did a good job, like, playing the character.
Yeah.
When it came to, like, this silent, anger-filled thing.
Yeah.
They make it memorable, even if it doesn't have a full range of emotions.
For sure.
And you would think it wouldn't be that hard to fuck it up, but it is. It's actually really easy to fuck it up.
Totally.
But yeah, it's personality. It's the way the actor plays the character, what the actor got out of the character, and how they develop the character, and just what they do with it is what makes it memorable.
Yeah.
Monster. And in this character is memorable.
Yeah.
It's not just the look. You can obviously tell that the guy's having fun with it.
Yeah.
He's a little crazy. He likes to fuck with people.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, like, he's kind of loose.
It's funny because, like, I like...
He kind of has the confidence of, you're not going to fucking get me.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Even just a little bit. And that kind of creates that personality.
I kind of like the look of him before he becomes the demon. Because I think that look is scarier for sure. Where it's just like a big trench coat and
with the big,
sun hat thing.
Big sun
and like,
hat, yeah.
That's way creepier, I think, when he looks like that with the white hair coming out of his sides.
It's really cool.
It's a much cooler look, I think.
It's really cool. Like, obviously, when you get to see the full thing, he comes off cheesy, campy, whatever.
It does, yeah.
But he still has that personality.
Yeah.
Which is good. But yeah, whenever they're hiding what he looks like at first, and he just has the normal costume on, it looks great.
Oh, totally.
Like,
I think
that's such a good look for a character.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, it's the personality of the monster or the killer.
Yeah.
Is what makes it memorable. And a staple in the horror genre, really.
Yeah.
Well, it's like even heroes. Like, people remember Ash Williams from Evil Dead because he's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he is full of one-liners, overconfidence.
Yeah.
And just, he's psychotic.
Yeah. I think one other thing on here, the beginning of the movie is partially based upon a real experience.
Yeah.
Of Ray and Marie Thornton while driving on Snow Prairie Road near Coldwater, Michigan. While driving, oh my god, the grammatic. Why are there so many weird errors? It says while driving an van, like A-N van.
People who do that, I'm sorry, people do the A-and thing at the wrong moment. It's like an van. No, it's a van. A van.
That makes me crazy.
Not
well,
an van.
The only time I can stand it is generally British people say and then an H word.
Oh, yeah.
Because the H it's a carryover from French, but anyway.
Don't tell them that.
Yeah. appeared in their rearview mirror, driving aggressively and ultimately passing them. They made a note of the license plate, which stated with, it said remarked, with GZ, and remarked, geez, he's in a hurry. Sometime later, they approached an abandoned, it says, and abandoned schoolhouse. Oh my God, who wrote this? The Thorntons saw the same van parked to the side of the building. They witnessed a man holding what appeared to be a bloody sheet. Soon after, the van appeared behind them again and stayed behind them for more than 2 miles. This is an Unsolved Mysteries episode.
I remember this story, yeah.
The Thorntons turned off and the van passed them. What they didn't know is that they had just witnessed murderer Dennis Depew dumping the body of his wife.
And it was a bit, and abandoned. No, I'm just kidding. It was an abandoned school.
Yes.
Instead of a church.
Yes.
So they kind of just changed a little bit of it. And of course, the license plate says "Be eating you," instead of "Geez."
Geez.
Yeah.
He's in a hurry.
Yeah.
I remember that. I guess it is a solved mystery now because.
Oh, yeah, they did solve it, didn't they?
Yeah, because it says it was a murderer. Yeah.
Yeah, it was him dumping the body of his wife. That makes sense.
Crazy. Okay, well now we know. This was based on a true story.
This was based on a true story.
Well,
at least they followed what the true story did instead of being like, yeah, I based this whole movie on a true story, and it was just because some creep showed up to my house that night, but then they left.
See it? Yeah, exactly.
This was like,
right.
Oh no, we actually literally saw a murderer dumping the body of his wife.
Yeah.
And then they kept that sequence in the movie.
Yeah.
Because it's a cool sequence.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Even in real life, that's so creepy where it's like, yeah, you see it, and then he sees you seeing him dumping a body, and then starts following you again. Like, it's creepy.
Do you know what's kind of funny? Is they took... Do you know what is so funny? Is the Unsolved Mysteries episode?
Yeah.
That scene from the movie is pretty much in the Unsolved Mysteries episode. So he took that from the Unsolved Mysteries episode, probably.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
so
even
the cinematography from Unsolved Mysteries.
I mean, even if he did it, they from the story they just recreated that shit.
Well, it was like just like that scene though.
Yeah.
Like
the way it was filmed.
It was filmed almost the same in Unsolved Mysteries.
That's
I remember
so
it now. That is so funny.
It's a good way to film it.
That's true.
It's a good way to film it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wonder who the cinematographer was for Unsolved Mysteries. Anyway, I liked this. I want to give it a lot more just because of Eileen Brennan and Justin Long, honestly, because
it is a very good monster slasher movie.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. What do you give it? I don't know.
Honestly, I was probably gonna say probably 3.5 cats.
3.5 cats.
3.5 cats.
I was gonna give it 3.5. Also, 3.5 pairs of pink underwear.
Amazing.
Yeah.
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 Except that you don't like them half off; you like them 100% off.
100% off. On the floor, or he could jam them in my mouth. I don't care what it is. I just don't care. Anyway, hi.
Welcome.
Welcome. This is how the show's going to be from now on. Sorry about it. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, that was Jeepers Creepers.
My filter's off.
If you could, subscribe, comment, YouTube, Spotify.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram, Horror Legend Pod, and on Blue Sky, the same thing.
Send me pictures of your pink underwear. Oh my god.
You don't have to do that.
You do not have to do that. You don't have. I'm not asking you to actually. I mean, you can if you want. But yeah, okay. As we get notification, yeah, no.
Right. We haven't even posted the episode. They're just flooding in notifications.
Yeah.
But yeah, subscribe, comment, follow us, DM us on Instagram, questions, comment on YouTube videos, ask us questions.
Yes.
We would love to answer some questions in, upcoming episodes and stuff. And, if you want to know more about us, or you want to know more about other movies we like that aren't horror or anything like that, just let us know. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, until next time, Jeepers
Creepers.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.